Okay, and here we are in the world map. So this is kind of I guess a tradition with the earlier Final Fantasies, is to have this kind of world map area. I know as far as number 1 obviously has it, and then 7, 8, 9 has it in this kind of fashion. 10 sort of has a world map, but not in the same regards, slightly different. And I think they kind of like slowly phased it out through the newer games. And I can't speak for the games in between 1 and 7 because I've not actually played those yet. But I assume that they probably have a world map similar to this. So you can see there's Midgar, which we are now leaving behind at long last. First part of the game is behind us, and we're heading for this little town over there. So this is, as I say, the world map. We can save at any point while we're out here. And you can use tents and things to heal up, which heals your full party. And we can get into a fire at any point out here. And obviously it'll depend on where we are, to what kind of fights we'll get into. So in this like grey rock area, we'll get into different fights to what we would get in the green area. We got some thief looking guys and a wolf. Let's get rid of these thieves because I'm pretty sure they can steal from us. Let's bio everybody, sure. They don't steal anything useful, you cock. Echo screen. So they can actually just steal and then piss off. Which is really annoying. Oh, there he goes. He stole my echo screen, you prick. So obviously the world map is probably a good place to like grind and level up as well, which I'll probably do off screen after we visited this town. We've reached Kalm. Everyone's waiting at the inn. Let's go, Cloud. Well then, I'll go on ahead. So we'll do the traditional thing before we head in there and run around town, check the shops out and talk to people. Get some backstory. Ah, come on, listen to me. Got anything interesting to say? Okay. Let's go loot these people's houses. Thank you, I'll take that. Thanks to Mako Energy, life's pretty darn convenient, thanks to Shinra. Don't you think? Yeah, maybe. See? How would we get by without Mako Energy? I don't know. What happens if we say the same thing? Oh, she says something different. Yeah, Mako Energy's made our lives much easier. It's all thanks to Shinra Inc. Okay. So I can't say something else at that time. Mako Energy's made things a lot more convenient. It seems like a lot of plants and animals have been disappearing at a rapid pace. I think the old life was better. Don't you think? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure, I'm right. You think so, don't you? Why is everyone just talking about Mako Energy? So I'm guessing that's probably about it for in here. Free ether, whoop. Did you say you came from Midgar? I haven't said anything, but I used to live there. But I hear they got lots of trouble lately. Okay, same thing. No, I didn't want to talk to you. I wanted to try and loot your stuff. Pupper! Why was the pupper locked under the stairs? It's just mean. I must be having a timeout. Another ether. Ethers are used to give mana back. Locked, can't open. I wonder if we can open that at a later date. Trying to get down. This goddamn analog stick is terrible. Okay, I guess that's about it then. Poor pupper. Anything new to say? No, because we freed your dog. There was a suspicious-looking man in a black cloak. He was carrying a wicked-looking sword. Why doesn't anyone believe me? I'm all alone. Sad. This is an interesting staircase you got here. Ooh, a chest. Peacemaker, so that's a weapon for a character we don't have yet. Pretty sure you can, like, look out this window. There we are, look. King of the castle. In our little mage tower. That's it. Nothing else to do, but that was a thing. Should we head upstairs? My old brother's so stupid. So embarrassing, I could just puke. Is it just me or does this kid have no face whatsoever? Like this one. Hey. When I grow up, I'm gonna be a soldier. That's why I'm training hard now. Sure you are, kid. Hiya! Hiya! Ah! Okay, you say the same thing. I'm just taking this, thanks. God's Source. So I believe that is an item, like a one-use item. So we go find it. Can we just arrange our stuff? Ready for battle, that makes more sense. So God's Source. Raises vitality. So this is like a permanent buff that we can give to somebody. But obviously we can only give it to one person, and once it's used, it's used. I would say give it to Cloud, because obviously he's the main character, and if you want someone to be overpowered, it's probably him. But we'll save them for now. We probably won't need them. I heard that the natural resources near the reactors are being sucked dry. We're better off with them. Better off with them bringing in the Mako energy. I heard President Shinra was killed, and his son Rufus, the new president, was badly hurt. Hey, I bet that's news to you. Hey, you're pretty clued. This is just between us. I heard it was that there other Kalms that attacked the President Shinra and his son. The famous floating city Midgar. Just once I'd love to see it in person. I mean, you could just surely you could just, walk over the ridge and you could see it. It's not that far away. I guess the world map is a bit it just doesn't quite explain distances. It's a lot further than you would think, because everything in the world map is a lot smaller than it actually is. So between here and Midgar is probably quite a way. Still feel like you'd be able to see it in the distance at least. Is it true that Shinra made a monster? I'm not quite sure what she means by that. Just a river. Yeah, well, either way, as long as we are using the reactor, we can't stand up to Shinra. Yep, you're that bitch. Why does everybody have ether on their downstairs fucking cupboard? I got my health, and enough to eat, all's well. Okay, I guess that's it from you then. So I don't think we can go into any of these houses below us, because obviously we can't see the doors. Who's this guy? He wasn't there a minute ago, was he? Tourist, huh? There are some things you should know that'll come in handy when you travel around the world. Want me to tell you what they are? Sure, tell me. Then let me explain how to use the world map. Well then, what do you want to know? Changing the camera angle, operating the buttons. Well, I already know all this, but so I guess I have no choice. Map indicators, sure. Press the star button once to view the world map. There is a large and small map. Learn when to use which, and you won't get lost as much. Push the start button twice to change the size of the map, and once more to turn it off. Pretty easy, huh? Anything else you want to ask? No, that's all. Once on the world map, you can access the menu to save your game anywhere. It's a good idea to save frequently. Well then, bon voyage! Thanks to Shinra Inc. developing Mako Energy for us. Everything's more convenient now. Okay. Who's this guy? I hear that the natural reason... Okay, I've spoke to you already. My old man was a miner, but he couldn't go to work after monsters started appearing in the mithril mine. Now all he does is sit around and get drunk in the bar. With the TV. Can't view it, but... I heard terrorists bombed the Midgar reactor. There sure have been a lot of dangerous accidents recently. I hate it. Just hate it. Okay, same thing. Guy looks like a miner. He's still got his miner hat on. Me, I used to work in a coal mine down south called Mithril Mine. But right around then, monsters started appearing. After that, business went to pot. And now I spend the days here drinking. Seems that there was this group called Avalanche running around, but I guess they finally got wiped out by Soldier. No, they didn't. Stay out of the kitchen. Wow, soz. Shinra is trying to eliminate anyone who stands up to them. Don't matter if you like it or not, Shinra's taken over, and we gotta live with it. Okay, same thing. She really doesn't want me in there. Fine. Wouldn't even serve me a drink. So I think these are shops. This is the item store. Okay, how are we looking for items then? Antidotes, got no eye drops to cure darkness. Should we maybe grab a few? Oops. Analog stick, why? Fine, we'll just have that many. Sadness. We'll get a few tranquilizers so we can actually cure, because we bought some hyper, which is what speeds up limit break, but makes us miss more, which is kind of annoying. Tense, which is used to restore allies' maximum HP and MP, used at save points. So we can use it anywhere in the world map or at save points. We've got one. Get a couple. They're expensive as hell though, aren't they? Shit. Yeah, we won't bother, we'll be fine. That's fine, then let's go check the other shops. This is the materia store. So we can buy Earth here, which is a new spell we haven't got yet. And Heal. Equips Heal magic. So Heal doesn't actually give you health back, it heals things like poison and other status effects, I guess. And we can buy poison if we hadn't picked it up for some reason. I think we'll save our money for now, not bother buying Earth. Maybe before we leave this town we'll get it, I don't know. Can't think if we actually find it anywhere. This is the weapon store, so let's see if we can upgrade anyone's weapon. Ah, Mithril Saber, a new weapon for Cloud. Cannonball. Now the cannonball is actually a melee weapon for Barret, so he kind of puts like literally a cannonball on the end of his arm, which makes him melee. Which is, I guess, okay because it does more damage, but then it doesn't have the range. So these are generally upgrades for everybody. Mithril Amulet, I think we got one of those from the boss that we fought earlier. I think Cloud's got it on, question mark. We could buy one for everybody, I guess. But I'm more interested in buying the weapons, so let's upgrade Cloud's sword, though I hate to get rid of the Buster Sword, because it's like an iconic weapon. But more damage. Should we get the cannonball just to try it? And claws for Tifa. And a full metal staff for Ares. Okay, I think we wasted enough money. Okay, let's equip this new sword then. Mithril Saber and Mithril Amulet. Nice. Gives us another slot, though we have nothing to put in it. And we'll have to equip everybody else once they're back in the group. And I think that is it. This is obviously just the weapon store again. She's connected to the materia store. fine. Okay, let's go join the group in the inn then. Mr. Cloud, your party is waiting for you on the second floor. Why, thank you. Cloud, you're late. Can I? Damn it. I wanted to check the chest over there, but... Yeah, man, you're late. Sorry to keep you waiting. Guess everyone's here now. So let's hear your story. You know, the one about Sephiroth and the crisis facing the planet. Let's hear it all. I used to want to be like Sephiroth, so I joined Soldier. After working with Sephiroth on several missions, we became friends. You call that a friend? Yeah, well, he's older than me, and he hardly ever talked about himself. So I guess you'd call him a war buddy. We trusted each other, until one day. One day? After the war, it was Soldier's duty to put down any resistance against the Shinra. That was 5 years ago. I was 16. It sure is raining hard. Hey, how are you doing? I'm alright. I wouldn't know. I've never had motion sickness. Everything okay? Hey. Settle down. They gave me some new material. I can't wait to use it. Just like a kid. You gonna brief us about this mission? This isn't a typical mission. Good. Why do you say that? I joined soldiers so I could be like you. But by the time I made first class, the war was already over. My big hopes of becoming a hero like you ended with the war. That's why I always sign up whenever there's a big mission. Kind of a way to prove myself. Say, how do you feel, Mr. Sephiroth? I thought you wanted a briefing. Our mission is to investigate an old Mako reactor. There have been reports of malfunctioning and producing brutal creatures. First we will dispose of those creatures. Then we'll locate the problem and neutralize it. Brutal creatures? Where? The Mako reactor at Nibelheim. Nibelheim? That's where I'm from. Hometown. Sir, something strange just crashed into our truck. That would be our monster. Look at his health compared to Cloud's. Look at his damage compared to Cloud's. If he survives this. Which he does not. Sephiroth's strength is unreal. He's far stronger in reality than in any story. You might have heard about him. So, where do you come in? Me? I was mesmerized by the way Sephiroth fought. And then we reached Nibelheim. How does it feel? It's your first time back to your hometown in a long time, right? So how does it feel? I wouldn't know, because I don't have a hometown. How about your parents? My mother is Genova. She died right after she gave birth to me. My father... What does it matter? Alright, let's go. You keep wandering around here and you'll get in trouble. So boring, being on watch. You want to do what we always do? Just sit tight, it's your job, right? I'll come and talk to you once in a while, just stick with it. Anything else to say? Nope. The Mako smell is pretty bad here. Okay, let's head on in. Yo, wait a minute. Isn't that, the name of Satharoth's mother? I remember Genova. That's that damn headless spook living in the Shinra building. That's right. Bard, would you please let us hear what Cloud has to say? You can ask questions later. Tifa, I was only... Okay, Cloud, continue. It's a reunion of childhood pals. I was really surprised with Tifa.